Hey, this is Matt once again. What about the video? As you can tell, I'm doing a bit of the night vision style on this camcorder. One of the few decent things about this $100 camcorder. So, figured I would do something different since it's pretty early in the morning and I don't want the light on because it's muddy, but the light hasn't quite tipped in of the sun. So, either you barely see me or do something a bit different. Let's try night vision. So I'm still continuing the requests for Lucas. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. So this time is episode, I want to say 12 of Spectacular Spider-Man. I forget what it's called. Intervention. So I'm pause at the beginning, 3, 2, 1, pressing play. So by this point, for those who haven't followed along, Aunt May is in the hospital. Peter Parker wasn't there because the previous night, the symbiote overcame him and sort of wore him as a suit. So what happened was he was asleep, and the symbiote took over his body when he was asleep and tipped the scissor stitch's ass. So he woke up, 9 hours of sleep, but he felt tired. And tried to find out that Aunt May's gone. And of course, Eddie Brock is saying, well, you should have been there for her. Why were you not here? Why did you not help her? All that jazz. What's going on? And, Eddie Brock, again, being more and more of a prick. And there's Aunt May always caring for Peter Parker, always being the nice voice of care and love. One of the pinnacles to help him keep going and to fight for, to care for. And of course, hospital bill is going to cost a sheet load of money, as always. So how the fuck am I going to pay for that? Damn, all the women going towards him. So that's for the symbiote affecting his judgment and his emotions. But at the same time, it's understandable. I mean, he's under the pressure. Everything else is tracking a bit. And I noticed the suit is actually more black. Like I was talking about that before. I'm seeing the suit, and it's more like the comics. It's more just black like oil. And maybe that was their point all along. I forgot about that. Like, look, the lines are gone. The Spider-Man type of lines, they're gone. So maybe that's kind of their subtle point. Is number one, you don't see in the lines anymore on the mask, the arms, the legs, anything. So I didn't notice that. I don't know if I noticed that before. That's a nice detail. That has to be done on purpose. Of the more he's going to this darkness, the more he's being consumed by the suit. It's subtly taking away what made him Spider-Man, those lines, and now he's more, like I was saying before. I told you I've only seen these episodes like once, so I didn't remember the details like that. But wow, that's really cool. That's really nice. So yeah, he looks like the comic with the smooth suit. Because again, the first time you see like the web lines across like the regular Spider-Man costume, but unless it's some animation mistake, but I have a feeling that was done on purpose. If it was a mistake, it would be like on one. I don't know. You never know. Intervention. Well, funny enough, intervention, kind of like alcoholism or any other type of addiction. You need intervention. So this guy needs money and needs all this stuff, and he's being affected by the symbiote. And I would say, was a Tombstone? I'm not a big fan. He looks more like a vampire in this. It looks like he'd go almost be Morbius than this. I prefer the way Tombstone looked in the '90s cartoon. I thought it was very more appropriate compared to the. But yeah, the interesting to have Gwen and Mary Jane talk. I'm trying to remember if they talked a lot in the comics. Because I always kept thinking it was like, Gwen Stacy. I'm trying to remember how it was in the comics. It's been forever since I read them. It'd be nice one day to get one of those, what's it, omnibus? That has like, I know there's collections that have like, these are the first 100 comics of Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man, and this is the first 100 Spectacular Spider-Man. But they're so damn expensive, I would never be able to afford them. You can find them online. Well, I prefer actually physically looking through them. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll win the lottery that I never play. Oh, great. Is Eddie Brock. We are tired of you whining. We. I like the voice too. That whisper. Fuck is Flash Thompson trying to help? Weird Flash. It's just weird that Flash Thompson, like, who picks on Peter Parker all the time, he's the guy trying to be a voice of reason. But I mean, gives a. I don't understand it. Was it the '90s cartoon? There was a version of Flash that I remember where he went up to Peter Parker and said, "Hey, I know how it feels because my mom or my dad or someone else happened, and I know what you're going through." I'm trying to remember where what that was though. I can't remember. The bell. This will remember. This will be. Well, how convenient that it just has to be right by the fucking bell. How convenient. Like, of all the places to land, all the places to be, just happens to be at the bell doing this. Like, that's pretty convenient. I don't remember how it was in the comic though. I know it dealt. I think it did deal with a bell. God, it's been forever. Here's the thing. I used to read Spider-Man comics all the time back in the day, and then when the movies were coming out, it actually made me lose interest in comics, and I think other aspects of life did as well. So then I just never really read much of them. I did back in the day, and I still have a couple left, but that's been so long since I've now the symbiote's trapping him in his fantasy, what he wants to live in, and symbiote wants him to stay there forever in a perpetual sleep while he takes control. And again, where's him? Like he's the suit. A meat suit. But yeah, it's crazy that a cartoon like this, and I liked it done in the '90s cartoon as well. Cartoons had better storytelling and character than a fucking 200. I was going to look up what was Spider-Man 3's budget. I'm curious. Man 3 budget. What, 250 million? 258 to 350 million. What the hell? Really? Was that expensive? Jesus. Around 250 to 3. I keep seeing the number 258 million. That's crazy. 250 to 300 million. Think about that. 250 to 300 million, and this cartoon told a better story dealing with these characters. It didn't have Peter Parker dancing to stupid songs, dancing the night away, and all this other horse shit. That's fucking crazy, man. That's fucking crazy. Like you add all these episodes together, like these 6 episodes? It's like a little over 2 hours. Well, it'd be not a little. It'd be over 2 hours. Like a lot of Marvel films nowadays. In fact, I don't even remember how long Spider-Man 3 was, but it felt like forever. I mean, God. Like this, dealing with Peter Parker's desire and his fantasy, reflecting back on his past, all that stuff. I was just curious, would they ever omnibus Spider-Man? What's this? Huh. What is this? I can't tell. Yeah, sorry, I can't tell. Oh, I think this is only one set of it, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of omnibuses, apparently. And usually they're about 50, $60, I guess. A Spider-Man omnibus lot, $585. Yep. Yep, I got that $585 in my pocket. Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Spider-Man Time of Front. Was there a Spectacular Spider-Man? I'm curious, was there a Spectacular Spider-Man omnibus? I'm sure there was. Yeah, there was. Volume 1, $83. Wow. Or $104. Jesus. Have to be Rockefeller to get any of these. Sorry I haven't talked about the episode. Fuck, man. 100. Jesus Christ. Have to be rich to buy them. But it's sort of this inner struggle, inner journey to try to overcome all these. Interesting, they showed in black and white as well. But I mean, it's also a nice way to show the origin of Spider-Man, but do it in a little bit of a different way. I did like to show what happened here. with the robber, all the other stuff. What happened to his Uncle Ben, why his Uncle Ben died, all that other jazz. You know, the stuff that they neglected in the new fucking movies, because apparently that's not important. Yeah, take away the most important part of Spider-Man, Uncle Ben, and not mention it one fucking bit. It's been mentioned before. That's like the most important part of Spider-Man. That's what made him Spider-Man. The most he got was, what, Captain America, the Civil War, where he doesn't say the name. And then it makes it seem as if he's fighting more for fucking Robert Downey Jr. and... like, what the fuck? Try to remember, is that Ed Asner? That might be Ed Asner. I can't remember. I should have looked at the cast list before I shut the phone off, but it makes sense that the guy that would help him win over his true self would be the guy that inspired him the most, and it would be Uncle Ben. I love the visual style though in the 90s cartoon where you had the Spider-Man and Venom kind of tearing Peter Parker apart. Like tug of war. I did like that. Got the angel and devil on his shoulders. Forgiveness or vengeance. Yep, the web. Wants to do what's right for his Uncle Ben. Didn't good emotional core for the character. Which makes sense. I mean, granted, I'm of the guy that's very much more cynical, and I would say I'm probably much more adept to the Punisher in his point of view, as bad as that is. But I appreciate what the build up with Spider-Man and his motives, his morals, and it was a story nicely built up by not just Stan Lee, but his crew and talented writers and artists. All the people met along the way. Got a little bit of Black Cat in there. Like I said, some nice emotional stuff in there. Nice actual build up. Nice shot of Uncle Ben over his shoulder. And that's kind of cool. That kind of reminded me of Superman 3 when he puts the mask on. That's kind of like when Clark Kent comes out after being in the trash compactor thing, and gets rid of the evil part of Superman, the evil part of himself. He does that. Da, 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 da. As much as people make fun of that movie, that's like one of the great Superman scenes in terms of the character. It's a very silly, goofy movie, I'll admit that, but there's Uncle Ben. And it's kind of an interesting way to do the whole inner turmoil And you think of Sam Raimi, you think of how creative this guy is in terms of visuals, and then like some of the scenes in Darkman, like showing his mind going crazy, and some of the crazy stuff in Army of Darkness, and he couldn't see any amount of potential in any of this. Fuck. I know this cartoon wasn't out, but even some of the bits in the '90s Spider-Man cartoon, which was before the movies, could have gave him a little bit of it. But he was so persistent, not wanting to do Venom and all this other shit, and it's like, what the fuck? And that's the thing, they took a lot of. That's kind of what was nice about this show, is that like this episode is of the like this show is very, how do I put it? You really have to follow it to understand what's going on. That each one connects to the other. Like a lot of shows is here's a single story, here's a single story, and granted, a lot of times I do prefer that. But if it's done well like this, it is one of those stories that keeps going on over and over again. I could get my job back. At what? Your last chance to get a job? Go get a fucking car wash job, dude, or something else. Go get a job at McDonald's or something. Get a job at a bank. That's going. Why didn't Spider-Man stay there to make sure it was destroyed? Why did he leave so damn quickly? Because this wouldn't happen. I don't know why Spider-Man left so damn quickly. He should have stayed to make damn sure that thing was destroyed. Because how he want to call Flash Thompson. Well, Eddie Brock wanted to be like, he was so upset and angry. You think, oh, I better double check and stay behind. And of course, I mean, this showcases that the symbiote has all the memories. So now Eddie Brock knows everything about Peter Parker. And he's in this angry state, and now the symbiote's gonna alter his mind, and now it's going to go up shit creek for Spider-Man, like usual. And there's Venom. Now, why Venom has the long tongue when Spider-Man didn't have a tongue, I don't know. I just because. Don't ask. But yeah, that's the like that's a better way. I will say that is a better way of introducing Venom than I want you, God, to please kill Peter Parker at a fucking church because Topher Grace tried to doctor some pictures. I got fired. The fucking idiot. So, again, yeah, very good episode. So, thanks for watching. Let me know if you want me to do more videos like this. I mean, I don't know how it'll come out and stuff, but if I can and if people want it, let me know. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.